Hello students, I hope you all are fine. Let's continue the anime. This is the sixth part of the explanation. And yesterday we read that Hana gave anesthetic to the American prisoner of war as he was being operated by her husband, and her husband wanted her to give it to the soldier because he had started stirring, he started moving, and during operation a patient is expected to be unconscious. And while she was giving anesthetic to the soldier, she found that he was piteously thin, and she assumed that he might have been kept half starved. He was suffering from undernourishment. At the same moment, she remembered that the general of Japanese army was a cruel person. Everyone knew in Japan that he was a wife beater. And if he was a wife beater, how cruel he would be for a prisoner of war. Although he had led Japan in the Battle of Manchuria and got victory for his country. That's why people forgot about his act of beating his wife. But still, he was a very cruel person. She was thinking that this prisoner of war might have been tortured a lot. That's why he was having scars. He was so thin, and his face was showing the signs of pain. Let's continue from the same point where we left yesterday. Here we have to start from. She hoped anxiously, she hoped with tension, with a little pain, that this young man had not been tortured. She hoped, काश उसको ऐसे टॉर्चर ना किया गया हो. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars on his neck. She observed deep red scars on his neck. It was a mark of any wound just under the ear. Those scars, she murmured, lifting her eyes to Sadao. She asked Sadao, her husband, what were the scars of? But he didn't answer. At this moment, Sadao felt the tip of his instrument strike against something hard. Sadao had found the bullet with his instrument dangerously. Why was it dangerously? Near the kidney. Yeah, it was near the kidney. That's why it was dangerously. All thought left him. He had only one thought in his mind, and that was about bullet only. He felt only the purest pleasure. He probed, he examined with his fingers delicately, tenderly. Familiar, familiar means having full knowledge, having full acquaintance with every atom of this human body. Dr. Sadao was so familiar with the human body that he could distinguish everything. Where was the kidney, where was the liver, where was other parts of body, and how much was the depth of the wound. He knew everything. His old American professor of anatomy. Anatomy is a science of human body, complete science of human body. This Subject was taught by an American professor, and that professor had seen to that knowledge. His professor had seen that knowledge. Which knowledge? This knowledge, which is being described here. Ignorance of the human body is the surgeon's cardinal sin, main sin. Sirs, he had thundered at his classes every year after year. His professor used to tell his students that if a surgeon didn't have knowledge of the human body, it would be a sin to operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if you had made it. Anything less than that is a murder. Absolutely correct. If a surgeon doesn't have the knowledge of the complete body of human beings and he is operating without complete knowledge, he is going to do murder. So before operating someone, a doctor must have the complete knowledge. That's called complete knowledge of the human body, and it can be acquired only by studying anatomy. If a doctor does operation without this knowledge, he is doing murder. There are chances that he would kill the person. It is not quite at the kidney, my friend, Sadao murmured. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forgot himself in an operation. See, it was the habit of Dr. Sadao to talk with his patient, and he did it because he was completely engrossed in his act of operating. My friend, he always called his patients, and so now he did. Always he addressed his patients saying, my friend. This time also he said the same thing, forgetting that this was his enemy. Now it was an American prisoner of war, and he was the enemy of not only Sadao, he was the enemy of Japan, the whole country. Although we can say he didn't have any kind of enmity with Sadao, soldiers are fighting with each other. They don't even know each other, but they have to kill each other. Otherwise, the opposite opponent soldier would kill the अदर. सो दोनों की एक दूसरे के साथ दुश्मनी तो होती नहीं, कंट्रीज आर एट वॉर. सो सदाओ की वैसे तो इसके साथ कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है, लेकिन वो कंट्री का दुश्मन है, तो डेफिनेटली ही हैज़ टू बी कंसिडर्ड हिज एनिमी. बट ही सेड दैट माई फ्रेंड. और क्या बात बोली उसने उसको कि किडनी के पास नहीं है, यू आर सेफ. अगर किडनी पे लगती तो डेफिनेटली यू वुड बी इन डेंजर. Then quickly, with the cleanest and most precise means without any mistake, with perfection of incisions. Incisions means penetration, uh, or we can say cut. The bullet was out. The man quivered, the man trembled, but he was still unconscious. Nevertheless, he muttered a few English words. In his unconsciousness, he spoke something. As he was in pain, he could not stop himself from speaking, from saying whatever he felt at that time. In his unconsciousness, also, he told something. What was that he expressed at that moment? Guts, he muttered. Choking. Choking means without not being able to breathe. They got my guts. They got my guts means the people who wounded him, the people who fired at him. So they got his guts means they injured his guts means his intestines. हिंदी में हम कह सकते हैं अंतड़ियाँ. Sadao. Hana cried sharply. Sadao said something to Hana. Hush, Sadao said. Sorry. It was Hana who told it. Sadao, ये क्या कह रहा है? It means she wanted to say something. Sada wanted her to be silent. The man sank again into silence, so profound, so deep. He again sank in the deep silence that Sadao took up his wrist. He became so silent कि सदावर को उसकी कलाई पकड़नी पड़ी, hating the touch of it. Although he hated to touch it, but he had to do this. Why? ये कहीं मर तो नहीं गया? Yes, there was still a pulse, so faint, so feeble. Faint means dull. We can say बहुत ही स्लो. फीबल मीन्स वेरी वीक. पल्स तो थी लेकिन बहुत ही वीक चल रही थी. बट इट वॉज एनफ इफ ही वॉन्टेड द मैन टू लिव, टू गिव होप. पल्स चल रही थी, इट मीन्स जीवित तो था वो. बट सडनली आई डू नॉट वॉन्ट दिस मैन टू लिव, ही थॉट. ही ओनली थॉट, ही डिडंट एक्सप्रेस हिज डिज़ायर. वो नहीं चाहता कि इंसान बचे. देन वाई डिड ही ऑपरेट? And we have asked these questions for many times. He saved the life of that person because he was a doctor and it was his duty to save the life of a patient if he can save. So being a doctor, or we can say, ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है डॉक्टर वो चेकिंग हिमसेल्फ, अपनी स्किल को चेक कर रहा हो, देखते हैं आओ इसको भी बचा सकता हूँ क्या मैं. समवन कैन से, कोई तो कह सकता है ये बात कि भाई ये अपने आप को भी टेस्ट कर रहा है कि चलो आओ. व्हेन यू आर एन एक्सपर्ट पर्सन इन समथिंग, यू वांट टू चेक योर सेल्फ. यू लाइक डिफिकल्टीज, यू लाइक स्ट्रगल्स, यू वांट टू टेस्ट योर सेल्फ, यू वांट टू प्रूव दैट यू हैव डन दिस ऑल्सो, हाउ एक्सलेंटली यू हैव डन दिस ऑल्सो. इट माइट ऑल्सो बी द रीज़न, बट वी शुड गो विद द फर्स्ट वन. Being a doctor, it was his duty to save the life of that person. No more anesthetic, he told Hannah. No more anesthetic. He turned as swiftly as though he had never paused, and from his medicines he chose a small vial from it filled a hypodermic. He filled an injection and thrust it into the patient's left arm. Then putting down the needle, he took the man's wrist again. The pulse under his fingers fluttered. Fluttered means flickered, fadfanana, once or twice, and then grew stronger. So he gave the injection to make his heartbeat stronger, to give him strength. This man will live in spite of all, he said to Hannah and sighed. In spite of all, he will live. कुछ भी हो जाए ये इंसान जिएगा. कुछ भी हो जाए. कुछ भी हो जाए का मतलब अभी ऑपरेशन से बच गया तो डेफिनेटली आने वाले टाइम में चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए ये बचेगा क्या? वैसे देखा जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात बोल दी है डॉक्टर सदाव ने. कुछ भी हो जाए ये बचेगा, ये इंसान जिएगा, इसको कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. एट द एंड ऑफ द स्टोरी विल कम टू नो वेदर इट इज़ ट्रू और नॉट. द यंग मैन वॉक. वैसे अभी तो लग रहा है कि दैट आफ्टर गेटिंग कॉन्शियसनेस ही विल बी हैंडेड ओवर टू द पुलिस. एंड यू नो दैट when there was a war between America and Japan, and that was the time of Second World War, there were no so much treaties among nations that they have to hand back the prisoner of war. तो उसके बचने के चांसेस नहीं थे. बट डॉक्टर सडाव ने क्या सोच करके बोली है ये बात? आई थिंक ही हिमसेल्फ डिडंट नो व्हाई ही सेड दिस. He was saying this just to make it sure that he was not going to die because of his wound. The young man walked so weak, his blue eyes so terrified, when he recognized, जब उसने ये पहचाना कि क्या पहचाना, उसकी आंखें कमज़ोर थी और वो बड़ा कमज़ोर महसूस कर रहा था. when he recognized where he was, कि वो कहाँ था. जब उसको ये पता लगा ना कि he was in Japan, he felt so miserable. He felt so miserable that Hannah felt compelled to apologize. उसके फेस से इतना ज़्यादा दुख लगा कि वो इतना दुखी था ये जान करके कि वो जापान में था कि हाना को भी बड़ा बुरा लगा. एंड शी हैज़ टू अपोलोजाइज इसके लिए कि भाई हमें खेद है इस चीज़ का कि आप स्टिल यू आर इन जापान, स्टिल यू आर इन डेंजर. शी हर सेल्फ सेव्ड हिम, सर्वड हिम, for because none of the servants would enter the room. Servants were completely full of revolt. They didn't want to enter the room where the American prisoner was kept. They were against their masters. And if it was so, Hana, although she had not done such kind of work, she was the mistress. उसको घर का कोई काम नहीं करना पड़ता था. But now she was serving the prisoner of war herself. When she came in the first time, ऑपरेशन के बाद जब उसको होश आया तो पहली बार जब वो कमरे में आई, शी सॉ हिम समन हिज स्मॉल स्ट्रेंथ टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर समथिंग फियरफुल थिंग. इट मीन्स व्हेन शी केम फर्स्ट, वो अपने आप को तैयार कर रहा था सो दैट ही कैन फाइट बैक. कोई खतरनाक चीज़ होने वाली है उसके साथ, एंड ही वॉज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर दैट. डोंट बी अफ्रेड, शी बेग्ड हिम सॉफ्टली. How come you speak English? He gasped. He started breathing heavily. जैसे किसी को सांस चढ़ जाते हैं, जैसे कोई इंसान ब्रीदिंग करने में डिफ़िकल्टी फेस कर रहा है. हाफना, यू कैन से. हाफते हुए उसने पूछा, हाउ कैन यू स्पीक इंग्लिश? आई वॉज अ लॉन्ग टाइम इन अमेरिका, शी रिप्लाइड. She saw that he wanted to reply to that, but he could not. He could not. And so she knelt and fed him gently. What could he reply at that moment? उसके मन में कुछ आया होगा कि भाई वो इतने साल तक अमेरिका में रही थी, so he could expect some kindness from her. That's why he was trying to say something, but he could not. मोमेंट्स जो थे वो नहीं थे ऐसे कि कोई ऐसी बात बोली जाए, बिकॉज अमेरिका एंड जापान वो वर इन वॉर. सो उसने अपने आप को रोक लिया होगा. एंड सो शी नेल्ट एंड फेड हिम जेंटली फ्रॉम द पोर्सिलेन स्पून. दिस इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ स्पून जापानीज और चाइनीज़ लोग यूज़ करते हैं. ही एट अनविलिंगली. He didn't want to eat, but he ate. But still he ate. Because he wanted to pay respect. Now he will soon be strong. You will soon be strong, she said, not liking him and yet moved to comfort him. Look at this. Hannah didn't like him, but as he was recovering from a deep wound, a bullet wound, he had been operated just one day ago. He was to be made comfortable. That's why she said this, to make him comfortable. He didn't answer. When Sadao came in the third day after the operation, he found the young man sitting up, his face bloodless with this effort. The person was sitting, and because of that, because for sitting he needed to use a lot of blood strength. That's why he was bloodless. His face was weak. Lie down, Sadao cried. Do you want to die? He forced the man down gently and strongly and examined the wound. You may kill yourself if you do this sort of thing, he scolded. Sadao scolded the American prisoner of war. He wanted him to keep lying. It was not meant for him to sit or stand. He was still so weak. He had lost so much blood that if he did this, it would be very dangerous for him. So he scolded him. Now he treated him like his patient. He didn't want him to die, and it was in his subconscious mind to treat his patients like this, no matter whether he is a friend or an enemy. He forgot everything when he was doing his uh, practice means when he was treating someone, Dr. Sadaf forgot everything, whether he was an enemy or a friend. तो जो नीडिड था वो उसने वहां पर बोला और स्कोल्ड भी किया उसको. What are you going to do with me? The boy muttered. The boy asked कि क्या करोगे तुम मेरा? He looked just now barely 17. जब उसने ये बात पूछी तो वो 17 साल का बच्चा लग रहा था. Are you going to hand me over? For a moment. भाई जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन है. उसके दिमाग में टेंशन तो यही है, मैं बच गया तो अब मेरे चांसेस नहीं है बचने के. व्हाट आर दे गोइंग टू डू विद मी? क्या करेंगे मेरा? दिन रात उसके दिमाग में यही बात होगी जब से होश आया है उसको. तीसरा दिन है आज ऑपरेशन के बाद. फॉर अ मोमेंट सडाव डिडंट आंसर. ही फिनिश्ड हिज एग्जामिनेशन एंड देन पुल्ड द सिल्क क्विल्ट ओवर द मैन. आई डू नॉट नो माई सेल्फ व्हाट आई शैल डू विद यू, he said. I ought of course to give you to the police. You are a prisoner of war. No, do not tell me anything. He put up his hand as he saw the young man was about to speak. Do not even tell me your name unless I ask it. Why did Sadao did this? Why did Sadao do this? I think when Sadao said that I must hand you over to the police, उसने कुछ बोलना बोलना चाहा होगा अमेरिकन प्रिजनर ऑफ वॉर ने. सो सदाव ने उसको रोक दिया कि डोंट से एनीथिंग, डोंट इवन टेल मी योर नेम. व्हाई? सदाव डिडंट वांट टू मेक एनी काइंड ऑफ गेट अटैच्ड विद दैट प्रिजनर ऑफ वॉर. इमोशनल सेंटिमेंट्स जगाना नहीं चाहता था वो. एंड यू नो दैट व्हेन वी टॉक विद ईच अदर, हम किसी भी इंसान से अगर थोड़ी देर बात कर लें, उसका नाम पूछ लें, उसके परिवार के बारे में जान लें, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ लाइफ he has been living, अगर कुछ पता लग जाए तो थोड़ी अटैचमेंट हो जाती है. सो he wanted to be completely professional. That's why he stopped him to from telling his name. I think it is enough for today, and we will start from this point tomorrow. Till then, my dear students, take care. Bye.